Rosa.
All right, we should get started.
Yeah.
I guess we can start by introducing ourselves. My name is Karim. I am a sophomore going into my junior year. This is my first year being in OL, and this is actually the first podcast I've ever been in. This is my partner.
I'm Dmitry. I'm computer science major. I'm going to my sophomore year. I'm a computer science major, so I'm all that related to engineering and stuff. And then this is my first year being an orientation leader as well. I'm involved into a couple of clubs. Build On, Swing Dance are part of it. So today we're joined by Drew and Rosa. Do you want to introduce yourselves, guys? Drew?
Sure, I can go first. My name's Drew. I am one of the student organization consultants in the Office of Student Life. Headed into my junior year here at UM-Dearborn. When I'm not an org consultant, I'm actually an orientation leader too. So it's kind of weird for me being on this end of things right now. And in terms of major, I'm a secondary education major with a focus in social studies and history. So that's a little bit about me.
And Rosa?
I am also a student organization consultant. Rosa, I am actually a recent graduate of the university as of April, so it's great being on this side. And then my major was accounting and finance with a minor in Hispanic studies.
Beautiful, beautiful. We're very happy to have you guys here.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
That's great.
Well, let's get started talking about the Office of Student Life that you work at. Can you tell us a little bit, like, what is Office of Student Life and, like, what it does?
Yeah. So the kind of, Rosa can probably get into the less professional description, but the thing that you see on your screen right now, that's pretty much like our overall kind of goals, and that's kind of what we do. So our main purpose is to promote holistic education through transformational student learning experiences, and also foster inclusive community, support student development and persistence, prepare future leaders through diverse programming services and partnerships. And we do this through all of our different various programs, from community engagement, campus traditions, leadership development, student success, student organizations, which is mainly what Rosa and I do, fraternities and sororities, or Greek life, first gen programming, and then new student engagement. So like the Cruise to Success program, duck mentoring, stuff like that. Yeah.
Rosa, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, so on the more informal side, we obviously host things like homecoming. We take care of helping people plan the dance, but also doing all the activities during that week. So whether it's the stuff at the pond, cardboard boat races, we host all of that. And then obviously anything student org related, Greek life, that's all hosted in our office. We also host different events like Real Talk Fridays, which are still happening over the summer if anyone is interested in joining. So we are anything that is honestly student life and really helps students get involved and get engaged on campus.
Yeah, I remember you have a lot of events, like you had a couple of events, like was Relax, I think it was you guys did like a lot of like food. There's a lot of food involved all the time.
Of course, yep.
So it's always great.
You guys mentioned that you guys were consultants, right?
Yes.
You guys are consultants. What does your position do exactly, like specifically within the Office of Student Life?
Yeah, so I can start. As it kind of says right there, we pretty much do anything and everything that is student organization related. So that goes from managing the student org website, which is Victor's Link, which is kind of like, for those of you that might not know, it's kind of like the official website for student org. It's kind of like the student org Facebook. Each organization has a page. You can message leaders. You can join. Kind of going back to the events, you can look up the different events. You can even kind of check out like which ones are free food and stuff like that. But yeah, we kind of manage and oversee that site. We also approve the student organization events along with the UUE. We resolve any student organization problems, meet with student orgs, help new student organizations get formed, create new policies, review the budget for each student organization. And included in that is kind of seeing all the financial forms that they do. So Rosa was kind of in charge of that part until she graduated, and now I'm kind of trying to learn all those different forms and stuff like that. So that's been fun. But we also, so a lot of finances and budgets is involved as well. We meet with the Student Organization Advisory Council, or the SOAC, which is what's more commonly known as. They kind of do programming money and stuff like that for orgs if they need to kind of have like big budget events. And we also host various workshops throughout the summer and throughout the school year that kind of help orgs kind of develop better. We did have one on Victor's Link. We've done some on how to like transition from like one officer regime to like the next one, as well as kind of how to engage in your org during the quarantine, as well as we also do Solid, which is our annual leadership conference for all student organization leaders. And we meet with our supervisor, which is Tyler Gannett, who is currently the interim director of the Office of Student Life. So, yeah. And if I forgot anything, Rosa, feel free to add on, but I think I pretty much covered everything there.
Yeah, no, you did. I would just say we're there for student orgs and really help them find their place on campus. Again, we're all about engagement and making sure that everybody feels engaged and part of the community. So making sure that students have a place on campus where they fit in. So whether it's helping them find a student org on campus or helping them run the current student org, we're there for anything they might need.
Yeah.
I see. So you guys basically manage everything to do with student orgs.
Yeah.
So any
Basically,
questions
yes.
about student orgs, anybody has a problem with the student org, any issues that come up, they just go straight to you guys?
Pretty much. Yep.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah, it feels like you do a lot of stuff at the same time, which is crazy. How long have you been at UM-Dearborn and on this position as well? How long did you like do everything?
Go for
I
it.
guess
Sharif.
Rosa,
Okay.
I guess Rosa can start since she's graduating. She must have been here for a while, I believe.
So I was at UM-Dearborn since 2016. Part of this role, I only started during the summer because it's a new role when the new Office of Student Life was created. Before that, I was part of the Office of Student Success, which was with Tyler and Erica and them. And now it's great to be part of the Office of Student Life, which just does so many amazing things. Yeah, I don't know what else you asked. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's pretty much. Andrew, for how long have you been there?
For me, so like I said at the beginning, I'm a junior, so
Okay.
I've been here for almost 2 years. But in this job in particular, I actually started on the opposite office before it kind of combined. So for those that don't know, the Office of Student Success and the Office of Student Engagement combined, and Rosa was in the OSS and I was in the OSE. So I was actually a student assistant. And then once the OSL came into being, I became a student org consultant. So I've been doing this role since the summer of 2019, so almost a year.
Like merged together,
Wow,
created one big good thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
I didn't know about the merge of OSL.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
didn't know
only the admissions and orientations office. I know they split apart, but I had no idea there was two separate offices for OSL.
Yeah, and actually the CSJI, the Center for Social Justice and Inclusion, that kind of took different like the LGBTQ plus programming that used to be part of the OSE, so now that's part of them. So they also kind of three offices kind of became two in a way. So
yeah, it's great. I mean, it works now. It works well, so we can't complain about it. Works pretty well. What is your favorite part at being on your job? Like, what do you like the most?
Well, I'm listed first, so I guess I'll go first. So for me, it's definitely working with like the different professional faculty from the university. I mentioned our Tyler Gannett, who's kind of a big deal on campus. So it's really cool, kind of working with him. We also get to work with the dean of students, Amy Finley, a lot. It's really, I don't want to sound kind of like a nerd here, but it's really kind of cool, kind of working with like some higher up professionals. You learn a lot from them. Definitely a lot more than I kind of thought I was going to learn about like a professional work environment, how to kind of handle different conflicts, how to create different policies, a lot more than I thought I was going to learn when I originally took this job. So that's definitely my favorite part. Also just kind of creating policies and actually kind of seeing them enact change on campus. It's really, really cool. And then of course, I love working with my fellow student workers like Rosa used to be, as well as with the student orgs. I've gotten to meet a lot of really great people that I probably wouldn't have met had I not been working in this role. So it's been really, really cool.
And Rosa, what is your part?
Would you say this was your favorite part about U of M?
Okay, I'll go
I was
first.
going to ask if like, is this your favorite part of U of M as a whole, or is it just the favorite part of your job?
It's probably kind of both, honestly. I mean, I think there's a later question on what my favorite part of UM-Dearborn is, and you'll kind of find that it's very similar. It's a very similar answer. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely by far my favorite part of the job, and it's also very up there in terms of my overall college experience. My favorite thing.
Sorry. Okay. Yep.
And
That's
I guess
great.
now Rosa can go ahead.
I would have to say, like, very, very similar to Drew. It's definitely working with the people that we work with. We have a really, really amazing office, from the people that are professional staff to the student workers. Everybody does a great job, and they're all there to help anytime you need it. And they're just honestly great people to know. But along with that, working with great student leaders, you get to see so many students who start off as freshmen and just kind of like grow to really great student leaders, and you not only help them learn, but you learn from them, and it's just really, really great to see that growth. Especially like for me, I got to meet some freshmen, and now they're doing really, really great things as like seniors. So just getting to work with all those student leaders has been really amazing.
I'm thinking now to moving to applying for you. Good job, guys.
Well, I got
So
a shout out.
basically,
I gave Tyler a shout out. I got to give a shout out to Erica, Caitlin, Julie too. They're another great professional staff that we work with.
you don't want to get, you don't want to leave them out.
Yeah.
So Rosa, basically what you're saying is when you work at the Office of Student Life, everybody's growing as a whole. The workers, the students. So it's all just a big, area of growth for everybody involved.
Absolutely. Everybody's there to watch everybody be successful, and college isn't like one of those things that people say like, oh, you're on your own. Our office really is there to help everyone that walks in the door, whether it's a student worker or just a student leader or just anyone in general. So it's there to help people grow.
Yeah,
That's
and
beautiful.
I know Rose and I've talked about this before, but it is really nice because they give us like actual work. Like we've made like actual policies, like I said, that have actually been taken on by the university itself. So
Do you have an example of that kind of
yeah,
policy?
well, Rosa, she just made the new authorized signer agreement policy, which so for kind of falling in a rabbit hole here a little bit, but authorized
Fun.
signers, so they basically each student org has to have at least 2 authorized signers for any financial transactions. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And we kind of redid the policy this past summer because we had a little bit more free time on our hands, and that I believe just got approved a few days ago, which is really
nice.
So
Yeah,
stuff like that. But yeah, it's really nice that they kind of trust us with stuff. So yeah.
That's
Sorry
great.
to cut you off.
Oh, don't worry. That's awesome.
Being in a part of a few orgs and starting a couple myself, I really have found the Office of Student Life to be amazingly helpful, and it's just been anything I needed, I would go there and you guys would take care of me, whether it's in quarantine or not. You guys always had our backs as our student orgs and student members.
That's true.
Spread that
We had
word.
swing dance, build on Yemen organization that Karim is a part of. MSA.
The YSA,
Yeah.
that we had
A
to
lot.
deal with the authorized student signer agreement, and that made everything so much simpler.
What is you literally work with like campus a lot and like the community and all the people around and like all the people who are like engaged and stuff. How would you describe the community itself? Like, I don't know. How would you describe how the community goes and like, what kind of interests do they have and stuff like that?
I think we are definitely, like it said, we are a commuter campus, so we have to keep that in mind whenever we do like any programming or any of that. But we have a very, very unique community in terms of how welcoming everybody is. You walk in on campus, and if you feel lost, you know that you can always ask any questions, and from there on, it becomes your home. So during the 4 years that I was there, I automatically became this, like, I wanted to be the student that would go to class and go home, because I did so much in high school that I was like, I need a break. And then I got to campus, and it was hard not to get involved and not to call that place home. I ended up being in school during the 4 years all of the time, weekends, spending like from 9 a.m. to like 11 p.m. just being at school. There was student orgs, class, friends. And it's just that kind of community that makes you feel like you're home and you just want to keep coming back.
Yeah, going off
I
that.
would describe it.
Going off that, I had like a like I'm on campus 24/7 because I have like a job, like organizations and stuff like that. Like you feel like you're 24/7 there, and you just come home, sleep, and then wake up and go back, which is sometimes there's no point of going back. Feels like.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like if I was allowed to sleep on campus, I'd definitely find a good like couch area.
During finals
Oh, especially when,
That's why
Julie, your answer?
I'm open 24 hours during finals week.
yeah, I'm telling you.
For me, I mean, Rosa pretty much covered exactly what I was going to say. It's just a very welcoming environment. I know for me, personally, it's definitely like I had friends in high school, definitely, but it was kind of hard to find people that had like similar interests as me. And I feel like here, it's just a lot easier for that. And they kind of say, I know I think we have a few freshmen on right now, or incoming students. I know they say in all like the college advisors when they come to your high school, like your senior year, they always say, like, oh, when you just step on the campus, you're going to know instantly that that's the right one for you. And I know for me, I kind of just rolled my eyes, but for U of M-Dearborn, that's really honestly what happened for me. I mean, I kind of just stepped on campus and I realized that it just, the campus's personality just really lined up with my personality. So it's definitely been really nice for me. So kind of just adding on to Rose's answer, though. Rose's answer was pretty perfect. So
Pretty perfect. That's awesome. Do you have like an example of like an organization that you worked previously that like really stuck to your maybe you helped with their event or something like that? Maybe something like that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna do a student role, but I do an office program. So for the office student life, it hosts alternative spring break. So this past year, I was actually on the board to help plan that and pick locations for us to go. And for those who don't know what alternative spring break is instead of doing whatever it is people do on alternative spring break, you actually go to a different community and do community service based on different social issues, whether it's homelessness, food insecurity, whatever that might be. And you actually help the community and just immerse yourself in that community. So it was really, really great to be able to plan that and then not only allow students to go do community service in that community, but really help them bring that back to this community. So I know Dearborn is one of those schools that really wants you to help the community and really makes you want to be civically engaged, whether it's through voter engagement, whether it's a community service, whatever it might be. They really want you to be civically engaged and have that information. So for me, alternative spring break was a way to do that.
Great. Drew, do you have? I think Karim went to spring break, didn't he?
Yes,
Yeah, alternate spring
Yeah.
break. It was a great time.
Yeah, I almost went. I didn't. I'm
but
going
it's gone.
I noticed that when we went to alternate spring break, there was a big culture change, and it was like learning a new culture. And to bounce off that, you were talking about the community here. How diverse do you see the culture being at U of M-Dearborn? How diverse is the community?
I think it's diverse, but it's got a long way to go, just like everything else. We obviously have a place for everyone on campus, and we continue to work that so that everybody feels like they have a home on campus. But like, I know there's certain groups that still have like a long way to go. So for example, for me, I didn't see a large Latino or like Hispanic population on campus. That like was fine for me because I found a place regardless through my other interests. But I think we're in a really good place, but we got a long way to go as well.
Going off that, I think that clearly Karim is the like person that I know about like a lot, but they like there's like really easy. It's really easy to make an organization. That's what I heard. Like, for example, Karim made like a Yemenis organization. Do you want to talk how the process went? I guess.
Yeah.
Like just briefly.
The first things first. It always starts with an idea. I was working out at the U of M-Dearborn gym at the Wellness Center, and a fellow Yemeni student came up to me, and he mentioned how there are a few Yemenis around campus, scattered around, but we don't have a specific org for them. And he kind of asked me to, help them start it because he knew I was on campus a little longer than he was, and he knew that I had people, that I know in this office of student life. So I took his idea and I kind of bounced back more ideas on him, and we kind of built it up. the first thing you do is build a team. Once you have a good committed team, then you go to the Office of Student Life, and that's where you start writing down the Constitution. In our case, there was already a Constitution from the previous year that, kind of settled down, so we just rewrote it into our own Constitution. And we built the Yemeni Student Association up from there. And it was always the Office of Student Life having our back that helped us push forward. There was never really a dead-end area. It would just be like we get stuck somewhere, just, let's go ask Drew, let's go ask Sean, let's go ask Rosa, they'll help us. And it always worked out that way. And honestly, to bounce off this topic, how do you guys see the culture in student organizations? Like you said, there's not a very big Latino group in UM-Dearborn. Do you think that if you or another Latino person would have started a Latino organization, that maybe it would have built up, more Latino incoming students would have noticed that there's a Latino organization, and they would decide to join UM-Dearborn?
Absolutely. We actually have it's like a Spanish club. It's called La Mezcla, and it's designed to help students not only who are Hispanic and speak Spanish, but anyone who wants to learn the language to come ahead and join us. And we have meetings and go speak the language and really help everybody practice it. So I think there's definitely a place for everyone, and if there isn't, it's one of those things that you can easily build up. So that's really great about campus.
Yeah, we had. I remember I went to some event for Spanish club. I don't remember. There's a lot of events, so it's kind of throughout the year.
We went to many events.
But I think we went to something related to that for sure, because we have a friend who's also, she's in that area.
I want to see Drew's point of view on the community, since most of us here are minorities. So he would be able to see us from a different view, or see the campus from a different view, campus culture. What do you think?
Yeah, so for some background, I went to a Catholic school in Downriver, so not a lot of diversity there. So coming to college, it's definitely, there was not a long way to there was not a high bar to kind of pass comparison to where I went to high school. But I think Rosa kind of I agree with everything that Rosa just said. It's diverse, and there's definitely a lot of different people from different backgrounds. But at the same time, I do feel like we have a long way to go. I mean, I don't know the stats offhand, but I just kind of looked at the stats of kind of the different, kind of what nationalities, what backgrounds kind of make up the campus, and it's mostly white. And I think I can't remember what second was. I wish I knew offhand, but I feel like. With that being said, though, in my classroom, or in my classes, working with people in the different orgs that I'm a part of, I feel like it is very diverse for the most part. You have different genders, people from different backgrounds, different nationalities, different ethnicities. So from that point of view, I feel like it is pretty good. But when you look at the overall picture of the campus university, I think we still kind of have a long way to go. But I honestly feel like kind of make it full circle back to student orgs. Student orgs are a really good way to kind of have people from different backgrounds come together.
Yep.
And I know from my experience being a part of mostly with student government, but also with the Michigan Journal, which is the school newspaper. And like I said, working with this office, I've met a lot of different people from different backgrounds. I've learned a lot, which has been really nice. And as I kind of said at the beginning, it wasn't really an opportunity I had in high school because everybody was pretty much the same. So it's been nice. It's been very nice from that point of view, for sure.
I agree.
Talking about diversity, we four of us are different people, different backgrounds. All of us are different.
Yeah, all four of us.
Yeah.
All four of us. So
I was going to mention that you're so right that clubs actually introduce you to many different cultures. I've lived in Dearborn my entire life, and I don't think I've met someone from the Philippines until I found the group SAFA, which is the Filipino student org. That was huge. I think it's one of the biggest student orgs we have. And the fact that someone from a culture that I've never met before has this giant group that you can always go back to, learn from. And the group wasn't all Filipino people. It was different people from different backgrounds that managed to join the group. And that's kind of what led me to start the Yemeni Student Association. I feel like if we get more cultural clubs involved on campus, a lot more people would know about different types of cultures, and we will all unite into,
Yeah.
I'll start a
different
Russian
people.
club.
To kind of go off of that too, even if you don't like join the club, for me, I know for sure just working with clubs and also just kind of the different events that people hold, the different kind of lectures that kind of come on campus, you do learn a lot. And even just kind of going out of just like the cultural point of like kind of going out of those kind of groups, even kind of going just based on the interest groups too. Like we have like the anime and manga club, or like the casual gaming club, or different like interests that people have, and they're able to kind of make a club and they kind of share their interests with everybody. And it's kind of cool from that point of view too. Aside from just the cultures, learning more about different cultures, just by going to the different events, you also learn about a different interest and stuff like that that maybe you wouldn't otherwise learn about if you're on a different campus or different university.
Yeah, it's definitely something. It's just great. I don't know. That's great.
If we go back to the
I'm sorry.
student
Like,
life,
it's
you already proved that the office of student life plays a big
what else?
role. Like I was saying, the office of student life plays a big role in these events and organizations getting started, these cultural events, and you learn a lot from them. How would one get involved with the office of student life so that they can do what you guys did, which was learn about different types of cultures, learn how to work in a professional background with other students and adults as well? How
I
does
can take this
students
question.
Okay,
Rosa took the last few, so I can take it. So in terms of jobs, I mean, it is relatively hard to get a job. You can still apply through the umcareers.org website, or even just kind of stop by our office or send an email. But there are, I don't know offhand exactly how many positions there are, but there's not a ton. There's probably like 10 to 12, I want to say, probably around there somewhere. We do have some openings right now, I know, because obviously Rose is graduating and some other people are graduating, but a lot of people, we're very fortunate that we have a job like this. It is very difficult, but definitely, I mean, I definitely didn't think I was gonna get this job, and I did. So definitely kind of send your application, just take a chance and all that. But it is a lot easier though, just getting involved with our office by joining a student org or getting in a leadership position with a student org, or even just becoming a member, even simple as that. I mean, I've been fortunate. I feel like I've made a lot of great relationships with people who are part of student orgs. We kind of see the same people all the time. So that's kind of a really great and easy way, because people orgs are always looking for new members. They're always looking for officers to take over leadership positions, especially now in the summer when a lot of people are graduating or leaving or anything like that. And that's, you're not really a part of the office technically speaking, but you're basically a part of the office. So that's probably what I would recommend, at least.
Did Rosa want to add on to that?
Yeah, along with that, I would say remember that we have other programs. So whether it's first generation, we have a committee and we have different events for first gen students. There's also anything to do with civic engagement, whether it's alternative spring break, the food pantry, voting, all those things we have beyond just those student orgs and actually working for the office. There's a lot of really great programs that the office itself runs that could always use student involvement.
I liked how you guys mentioned that even though you're not part of the team, you could still be part of the office of student life. Because this past year, I found myself popping in to the Office of Student Success, which was Salo. I found myself talking to Tyler a couple times. And even though I don't work there, the amount of times that I'm there, I feel like I'm already involved somehow.
They're also very inviting. Like, they're very welcoming. Like, you pop
They
in and they're
really
like,
are.
"Oh, just come over here. Just come over here."
Even if you've never
Yeah.
met them in your life, even if you've never met them, you don't even know their names. They'll just,
Oh yeah. Especially
welcome you
during,
with open arms.
I remember last week before the classes were online, I was working in UE, and I just popped in because they had Panera Bread outside. And I just we had like an hour talk just because, why not?
Honestly, we can mention the Panera Bread if you guys would like to talk more
yeah.
about the free Panera Bread on
Yeah.
campus.
And like,
So real quick, kind of just go off of that real quick before we kind of jump into the Panera Bread. We did try, because prior to like the OSL being formed, we did get some flack for not maybe being as welcoming of an environment. So that's definitely something that we kind of tried to work on, and I'm happy that you guys have taken full
Oh,
advantage of that. But
100%.
I like to think that we're fun people to be around, and we're pretty nice and chill. So yeah, you can definitely just stop by, and if there's an open chair to sit down and just talk. I mean, there's always people in there to kind of hang out. But the Panera Bread, though, that is what gets a lot of people into the office. So I believe every Thursday night we go and we pick up from one of the local Panera Breads, just different like leftover bread that maybe they weren't able to sell. And then Friday morning we package it all in bags, very completely sanitary, all that. Then we just kind of put it out on a box, and then your people are able to come by, and if they need bread, they're able to get it, and it's completely free. Most of the times it's like big baguettes, but there's also sometimes there's pastries, croissants, bagels, cookies too. Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff. It's kind of going off of the food pantry, which is obviously open all the time, even right now. And that's got more like kind of dinner stuff, but when you're looking for bread, you can't really beat Panera Bread, so we're able to kind of provide that. I would say though, it is kind of one of the benefits of having classes on Fridays, because then you get to kind of show up and get some bread, because it does
on Friday.
It does disappear very quickly, for sure. And there's sometimes we'll put the bread out at like 10 o'clock, and then by like 11:30 it's like half of it's gone.
Yeah, for sure.
I was gonna mention something right before you started talking about a bread. It's on the tip of my tongue.
I'll give you some time, Karim, to think. You're not only helping, like you're helping students a lot, and can you talk about more like student pantry and like all the other ways like you help students, I guess, and like how it all works? Because Panera Bread is not the only thing, as I remember. Am I correct?
Yeah, so we have the student food pantry, which is open to any student at the university whenever they need food. We not only get donations from different partners on campus or people in the community, but also we order from gleaners in different places to actually have food for students. So they can walk in our office, say they want to use the food pantry, we register them in the system, and then they can go in and pick anything they want from the food pantry room. During this situation, obviously, since we were under quarantine and obviously campus isn't open, you can actually set up appointments through the email and show up on Friday and pick up a bag that's pre-packaged for you to obviously keep it sanitary and keep everybody safe. So that way anybody who needs the food can go ahead and use it. I know a lot of students use it on campus, and obviously if that's something you don't want people to know, it's anonymous, so it's really up to you. And if you really need the food, or if you just want a snack during campus, it's always open. We also have snacks that students can just go ahead and pick up.
I was sorry. I absolutely closed my Zoom. Sorry, I'm back. So we kind of went through they like briefly went through like ideas how to get involved and stuff like that. Let's just distinguish it. So like, how do I get involved on campus if I want to? I just came in and I'm like, I'm ready. I'm open to anything. What do I do? And yeah.
Well, honestly, we kind of touched on it kind of throughout a little bit. Just going on Victor's link and just kind of figuring out, like, just searching what you're interested in and just seeing if there's an org available. If there's not an org available, then email us, and we can help you try to start the new org and get connected with other people that maybe have similar interests. I mean, that's a really great way to get involved. Also, just kind of going to events. I know it's a little bit more difficult this year, especially given everything's kind of virtual at the moment. But just trying to go to events, trying to just when you go to classes, just talk to people in your classes. I mean, that's a really great way to get involved. I know that's how I got involved. I think I mentioned student government a little bit earlier. I didn't really have an interest in government, but I felt like it was kind of be a cool way to meet a lot of people. So I joined that the summer before my freshman year. And I did that up until like the beginning of my sophomore year, and I met a ton of people through that. So try new things, get yourself out there. yeah, just step out of your comfort zone a little bit. And I know, I mean, I'm doing stuff like this right now, and I was really quiet when I came into U of M-Dearborn, and I would never in a million years imagine myself doing something like this. So you'll learn a lot about yourself. You'll grow up a lot. That's kind of, yeah, I don't know why I turned into like a TED talk, but yeah. So that's, yeah.
It was so beautiful.
Is there?
I got some nostalgia while you were talking about my like walking into U of M-Dearborn myself. Nobody from none of my friends from high school, nobody from my past life actually came into U of M with me. So as soon as I stepped in through the doors, I noticed that nobody like from my past was in front of me. Every single face I've seen from there was a new face to me. I heard new names. I've heard new people kind of, merge into this amazing community in front of me. So I like how you mentioned that.
Yeah, I think when I stepped on campus, the first thing that I remember is the involvement fair. Can you tell us about more like about plans maybe for this? Maybe like how it normally goes, and like you know it better than me just walking around. But yeah, Rosa or Drew?
Yeah, so as of right now, we're planning to have those events virtually due to everything. I mean, before everything, you'd walk into one of the really big rooms that we have on campus, and you would have different tables of every student organization that signed up to be there, and they would have people with like different boards telling you all about their student organization, offering you candy. We'd have food, music. It'd be great. It can still be great. So we obviously have the Go Blue Bash and the fall engagement fair. So you can go ahead, and my guess is that it's all going to be virtually, and with that you're going to have different links to different rooms based on how they classify each of the student organizations that sign up, and then they're going to have like wider range of, maybe it's like cultural and ethnic, and all like place them into different categories or buckets, and they have different links for all of them, and then students can go ahead and join that and pick whatever student organization they want to talk to. Obviously Victor's link is always there, and they can really scroll through all the organizations that are open and available for them, and really go through that. But then always there's the website if you are interested in things that aren't necessarily a student org, whether it's civically engagement like alternative spring break or voting, all those things. There's so many resources online, and there's always an email attached to every single one of those things, so it never hurts to just email that person or that email if it's a connection office and ask for help. Everybody will always answer and help.
Drew, do you have anything to add on that? I don't really know.
No. I mean, those are both great ways to kind of get involved and to learn more about orgs, like I said. And we're still kind of working on, or I mean, like Rosa said, but we're still working on how exactly those are going to be given, because like Rosa said, in the past, those have been, actually, you can see that picture right there of the giant M. That was taken last year at the Go Blue Bash, which is just for incoming students, but it's basically like an involvement fair. So we're still kind of working on how that's going to be offered virtually, but it's definitely going to happen, and it's a really nice way to kind of meet org leaders and join. I know for me, the Go Blue Bash, my freshman year, that's how I joined student government. So yeah, it's definitely great things to do. And once we kind of finalize how we're going to do it, we'll definitely let all the students know.
So speaking of freshmen, if I was a new freshman walking now and asking you guys for advice, what advice would you give me?
General advice, like UM-Dearborn?
General and anything regarding to the Office of Student Life. So both. Let's get both.
Okay, well, I kind of alluded to it there when I gave my really long-winded answer a few minutes ago, but just get involved, put your stuff out there, go to events, go to sporting events, even if you're not a sports person. I am a sports person, so it's easy for me to go to sporting events, but even if you're not a sports person, just go, even if you have no idea what's going on the court or on the field or on the ice. Go with some friends, go by yourself, and just kind of maybe meet a group of friends. You never know. Those are really great ways to kind of meet people. Try to get a campus job. Like I said, this experience is one of the best of my life for sure, both working in the Office of Student Life, but also being an orientation leader as well. Try and talk to new people, go to talk to people in your class, and just make the most out of your college experience. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, you're just a commuter campus. Well, even though I kind of fell into the trap. I think kind of Rosa was mentioning a little bit earlier of I just kind of went to school and went home because that's what I was used to doing in high school for the most part. I mean, I had like sport practice and stuff like that. Once I was done, I kind of just went home. But at here, because you have a lot of time, because you're not in class like all day every day like you are in high school. You have extra time, so you have a lot of free time, downtime to meet people, talk to people, and it's really really fun. Just step out of your comfort zone, learn a lot about yourself, and definitely, yeah.
Rosa?
Very similar to Drew, but a bit different. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I know a lot of freshmen come in thinking like, I know everything. I don't need anyone's help. You're definitely gonna need help, whether it's with financial aid, whether it's with classes, whether it's getting involved. Everybody's there to help. It's not like everybody feels like you're on your own. Everybody wants you to succeed and wants you to be a good person, have everything you need. Whether it's people in different offices like the Office of Student Life, or whether it's your professors, everybody's truly there to help you. Talk to different people. You're going to meet amazing people on campus. I know I met like my best friends on campus. Some of them came with me from high school, but like we got way closer during college. And then I met people that are like my best friends to this day, and I talk to them all the time, and like I could not live without them on campus by just starting like a random conversation or going to different events or being part of different organizations. So definitely get involved and like be okay stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit and being uncomfortable, because that's what's going to make you be involved and have those great friendships and great memories that you can take with you later.
Yeah. And I mean, I know I'm still kind of a mess right now, obviously, but I definitely like the person I am now a lot more than the person I was when I came into college. So, and a big reason for that is because I got involved and stepped out of my comfort zone. So for sure.
Yeah, I would never expect to be in clubs that I am in, like swing dance. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
I feel like new students watching this should come by the Office of Student Life and say hi to you guys once in a while. They might not see Rosa there anymore, but they could still meet the rest of the Office of Student Life gang. And
Drew's qualified.
No, everybody there is fantastic.
I'm kidding. Yeah, they all are great. Everyone is. Any question, like really anything related to classes or student orgs, or just in general, like how do I get to this building, or like how do I do this? They're great at it. And also like some small skills like time management, as in like, it's not related to the student orgs, that's what I meant. But they're still very good at it. They will.
How do we contact you guys?
So the best way to contact us is through the email on your screen, or consultants@umich.edu. That goes directly to myself. It probably still goes to Rosa at the moment, but it'll also go to Zara and Sean, who are our two other great student org consultants. So that's how you reach out to us through there. If you have any org questions, if you have like general, more like OSL, Office Student Life questions, you can go to the engagement@umich.edu email instead. But again, even if you do have a general question, you can go to that email too.
Yeah, and then also on the screen we can see the Victor's link, and you can also type it into. You can find it on the website. You can either just find this, just type it in, or get in Google, just say Victor's link, pretty much pops up.
Yep.
Never had the problem with that. Yeah, I think that's actually all covered. Like we went through themes like many times through the different topics.
Victor's link is really
what kind of let's finish it up with a fun fact about you guys so people remember.
What did I put?
True.
Okay, thank you for changing the slide because I kind of forgot what I said. So I'm the sports editor for the Michigan Journal, which is the school newspaper. I have a dog. My favorite superhero is Superman. As I already mentioned, I love sports, pretty much every sport for the most part. And I'm an aspiring teacher, as I said at the beginning. But yeah, that's.
So do you play these sports that you love, or do you just like watching them, like football and hockey?
So you're okay. You just want my biography now. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So in high school, I played baseball, basketball, lacrosse, and soccer. And then right now I play intramural basketball and volleyball. So, but I love football. I never played in high school, but I love just kind of like playing like pickup football or flag football. baseball is a lot of fun still too. So, but I love watching them too as well. So yeah.
Rosa, what fun
And-
fact about you that we will learn?
Well, I have a dog. I recently graduated in April. Very, very excited. And then I'll be moving to Pennsylvania to work for Johnson & Johnson.
Good luck on that. That's great. That's great. No, honestly. Sorry. It sounds so.
Since you're
It's
moving
great.
to Pennsylvania, do you have family there, or are you gonna find yourself visiting Michigan every once in a while?
I am going to have to
Dearborn.
come back to Michigan because I am going to move all by myself there. So I'll be coming back here to visit family and friends.
Hopefully, we can see you in the office again. It'll be really good to have you.
I'll let you guys know if I stop by.
All right.
Okay.